There are certain recipes in life which I will never forget. Because the first time when I ate that dish, I became a fan of this cuisine. Welcome to Vicky Ratnani's Chicken Chettinad. Let's start cooking! Now, talking about Chettinad, I don't know how many people are familiar. I know a little bit about Chettinads. The Chettinad region is in Tamil Nadu, which is an iconic, very cultural, known for its heavy-duty food, dried meats, freshly ground spices, and a lot of other things, including beautiful houses. Okay. Now, these people are called the Chettiars, who are known for art, culture, carpentry. You have some beautiful houses in Chettinad. Okay. And this dish is one of my favorite dishes, as it has an amalgamation of these beautiful spices like red chili, cinnamon, star anise, cardamom, sauf, dhania seeds, black peppercorns, jeera, and another interesting thing called dagad phool, okay, which is called stone flower, okay, which is used a lot in the entire Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu belt. Okay, so it is used in a lot of the southern biryani masalas and is a very integral part of this chicken chettinad recipe. I also have some grated coconut. So first things first is, why don't we toast our spices really beautifully. Perfect. So we're going to be first grinding our spices, and then I have some freshly grated coconut, which also I'm going to be toasting separately. So let's do one thing. Let's start with the coconut. Nice. So, nice, lovely. So we have our coconut, which has been grated by hand freshly. Okay. And then we're going to be toasting this. Now we're going to take this to a nice, almost like an amber, brown to amber color. The fat in the coconut will start caramelizing, okay, and this is going to get a very nice, deep, lovely flavor to it. It's not really sweet, but the moment you caramelize it, it gets into a whole different zone. And when toasted coconut is combined with these spices, it's another level, and that's what Chettinad is all about. A lot of people even sometimes like to fry the coconut as well, but nowadays I'm trying to find a substitute for deep frying foods, most of the time at least. Nice. So it's getting a lovely color. Now you have to be a little careful when you get to this point, because see, the pan is also very hot anyway. So with the heat of the pan, this is changing color. Look at it. Beautiful. The amount of spices in each dish which make that dish, if you know what I mean. Plus you have the internal heat, which will also color it beautifully. I can see a nice color happening here. Beautiful. Now every coastal cuisine, right from Goa to Karnataka, Dharwad, down south, everybody uses the same kind of method where they toast coconut. Toasted coconut is used in various different ways also, okay? Different applications. I've also got some khaskhas, which is poppy, which is also an integral part of this recipe. I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt, into this as well. Lovely. Ah, my God, this reminds me of that lovely restaurant which I went in Chennai to eat this. Wow. So इसको भी हम प्यार से सेकने वाले हैं हमारे spices को. Beautiful. And you know what? जब chettinad आप बनाओ ना, थोड़ा extra spice बना दो. Okay? So literally, you can grind this all together. You can even do it in its dry form as well. Okay? So now this pan is really hot. Okay, it's got a really nice heating point here. I can already see things happening over here. All my spices are ground really beautifully. Perfect. Nice. An amazing aroma and fragrance. Okay. If you have any kind of good recipes like that, please share it with me. I would love to cook it for you. Nice, beautiful. So we're going to switch this off. The pan is pretty hot. And in the meanwhile, let's get my blender ready. So we've got our lovely, nice अपना नारियल और अभी हम चिलीज भी डाल देते हैं इसमें. ब्यूटीफुल. अभी हम इसे एक अच्छी तरह से ग्राइंड कर लेते हैं हम. I think we have a winner. A really nice, robust, beautiful masala here. Okay, and this could be easily made even into a wet paste, which we're going to be doing right now. Beautiful. And if you want to actually store it longer, you'll have to store this in the fridge. You have to cool it down. Like I would put it on a tray, I would dry it out, make sure it's absolutely cold, and then in a Ziploc bag or in a plastic airtight container, nicely labeled, this should go into your fridge and to your freezer. I know a lot of people who do that, even restaurants where they make these whole bulk of spices and they keep it. And every time they need it, they open the packet and then they start using it. And let's start cooking. Beautiful. If you're going to use the thin bottom pot for this recipe, you better be careful that you never leave the stove side. I'm cooking in these really classical lagans, as we call them, okay? As in when I travel, I love to buy a lot of these different pots and pans. I have various kinds of materials which I work with. I work with cast iron, I work with brass, I work with copper pots, and sometimes glass too. Okay, now we're going to start off by using a little bit, I would say quite a bit of vegetable oil here. We have a nice tempering of curry leaves, we have some green chilies, and we have some sliced onions along with some ginger and garlic, topped with my chettinad spice, bhuna the chicken, tamarind, da 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 da, if you know what I mean. See you later, bye, recipe's over. Next, some chilies. I know this is spicy, but you know what? I can't live without green chilies, okay? I'm used to eating them at home. Plus, I think green chilies bring that whole freshness out, if you ask me, in a dish. So I've got, plus the people who I'm cooking for, my crew loves eating spicy food, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, say louder, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got our oil which is almost there, getting there. Start off with our chilies, along with some curry pattas. Nice. Beautiful. So once these curry leaves start spluttering, nice, lovely. We've got about 3 medium-sized onions. I've got about a kilo of some chicken legs on the bone, which I've cut into small pieces. I made some nice gashes on top of it so that the spices impregnate beautifully with it. Nice. Next we have some ginger garlic paste. Nice, beautiful. So once the ginger garlic paste is in, you're going to make sure that you are frying it really well. Also, this masala is very dark. We have tomatoes here. So you know what, there's lots going on at the moment. So next, we're going to be adding our chicken inside. So as I said, I have about a kilo of chicken legs cut into 3 to 4 places. Now this is one of the most important parts for me in while cooking a gravy, It's the bhunawing, okay? It's when you actually sear the chicken very beautifully. And also, at this point, I love to add my salt, okay? So I'm just going to be adding a little bit of salt. And continue cooking. Beautiful. At this point, we add just a touch of water, just to regulate the temperature in the deg, okay? We don't want our spices to burn. We want to cause a little bit of a kind of an emulsion with our spices. Beautiful. Now here, the water has done a trick for us. Okay, it has actually helped us clear out all the ginger, garlic and the onion from the bottom of the pan. And look, we have a beautiful clean bottom. Now this is what I call real bhunawing. Beautiful. Next, I'm going to be just covering this for a minute and then starting off with my homemade Chettinad masala. Brilliant. Next, we're going to be adding exactly half this masala. Beautiful. So once we have our spices going here, give this a little mix and add some of our water inside. Beautiful. Fantastic. So you can see the coconut, the spices, the onions are going to be responsible for this curry to have a fantastic body. Okay, this is delicious with rice, but I have some lovely Malbari parathas which I have made earlier, which I'm going to be putting here. I'm adding a little bit of nuts, about 2 medium-sized chopped tomatoes in here as well. And then I'm putting just a little bit of a little tamarind concentrate. Okay, thoda sam dal dete hain. Perfecto. So now the whole idea is that a chettinad is normally a nice, thick, gorgeous, flavorful gravy. Now this has been cooking literally almost for 45 minutes to an hour. And look, the result of this is this really aromatic concentration of umami. It's time to plate it up. Wow, I mean, the spices, play such an integral part. The roasting of the spices, the cooking of the spices, the whole proportionate in how you cook it, the onions, everything is connected with each other, which is responsible for how this dish looks so amazing, guys. Nice, beautiful. Dishes are very close to my heart, and this one is very, very close. Hope you enjoyed the Chettinad recipe. By now, I hope you subscribe to my channel, like it, subscribe, share, do cook. Let me know what's in for you, and I'll be there. See you soon.